Good evening, guys. Frankie Day here. Okay, guys, for this gorgeous, overcast, chilly month of May, for the day of Tuesday, this is video number 11 for my building boats, Spanish galleon Isabella. Okay, guys, I'm still back at it. I haven't, it's like a dog with a bone. I ain't gonna let go. Now I'm still going strong on it. I proceeded with the standing rigging, starting with the bowsprit all into the foremast. I have all the cannons completely done on the port side. I gotta finish them up on the starboard side. I'll finish up on the starboard side as I turn the hull around to complete the running rigging, the standing rigging on the foremast. Then I'll go ahead and proceed the standing rigging on the mainmast, mizzenmast, and spencer mast. And until all's done, then go ahead and hook up the yards and start running a running rigging. It's gonna be fun. And like I say, guys, ain't much rigging on this thing, so it won't take long to have this thing done. I should have this thing done by another couple of weeks. I should have this thing finished. The hard part's over. Out of the norm, a model like this should take anywhere from 3 months, 3 to 5 to 6 months to build. And I did it pretty much because I spent a lot of time at it. Like I mentioned on the last video, guys, you know, sometimes I spent 17 hours a day on this thing. Most of the time, in general, I spend anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day. But it depends on the sequence of the construction. If I get really interested and keep it going, I can really get quite a good sum of hours totaled up on the construction by itself. Okay, guys, I went on the internet, did some research on this thing. I cannot find nothing on the Spanish galleon Isabella, and I know that the ship's not fictitious because it does exist. And as I read on, every time I go to a website that has Spanish galleons on there, it always gives you a link to another one. So as I did some cyberspace surfing and on my search engine, and I finally found the dope on the Isabella. She was a Danish, Norwegian, Spanish galleon of 1550, and I thought it was from Spain, but actually, guys, that the Spanish galleons, a lot of people were disillusioned that it came from Spain. In a way they did, and in a way they didn't. Only thing they did, they more or less announced a new design of a sailing vessel, opposed to the predecessors of the carracks that were there at the time. Those carracks were just like banana boats. They're shaped like bananas. They had a high forecastle, a high poop deck, and everything, and no armament at all. So the galleon means the Latin word for galley, which means guns. So Spanish galleons were built throughout the world. All the known world at the time had their Spanish galleons. Then the English galleon came in, which changed things, which gave it more guns. Then, of course, from the English galleon, it resulted into the HMS Victory. But this one here is a Norwegian Spanish galleon of 1550, and so this is Billings' reconstruction of that vessel. And Isabella was lost off I think out of the Black Sea somewhere, and there was a lot of records of a lot of Spanish galleons that were lost out there. So that'll be it right there. So that's about as much as I got on it. I was really surprised I found that much dope on it. But other than that, everything's unknown certainty of the dimensions and the rest of the characteristics of the ship itself. Okay, guys, we're going to go and take the camera, we're going to take a look at it, and then go back and I'll discuss what I'm doing in the video, what's going to be shaking this week. So we're going to take a nice good look at the Isabella, and I'll show you how much old Frankie Day done on her since video 10. Okay guys, this is forward to the, got the trail boards, the shields, you can see the blocks. And also the Deadeye combo, which was rigged on this. They didn't have no iron mast bands back in those days, guys. All mast bands were done by using rope, some kind of hemp rope that they used back in those days, and they were tarred. Now guys, I did some more research. They didn't have black tar, they used a tallow tar on those ropes right there. So I had to go all the way down to Home Depot, and I went down there and I bought some more thread. Now I bought the black line, nylon line. You can see the weavings of the rope. And you guys look at the stays right there. Look right at the stays right there. You can see how the rope has been riveled. That's my goal. I want this thing to look like it has rope on it instead of regular kit cotton line, which you get, which weren't that good. And you can see the where's the back stays here? You're going too much half. There you go. I rigged those up right there. They go onto the rubbing strake. The first rubbing strake goes on. Then there's a channel, and I have to rig up the shrouds next after the foreman's done. All the belaying pins are out of brass. They're all been installed. And you can see the working rigging of the four stays of the bowsprit. And I got the bowsprit all gammered. So over in this area here, it's all been weaved. You can probably see a little bit to the side of the trailboard grating right there. You can see where the line's at, where it's been weaved at. Right about here, where my thumb is at. And I got the blocks there, they've all been seized. They go all the way up top side, up to the crow's nest, up to the top of the mast band, and down. It's a beautiful ship she is, guys. This is one of my favorite work. I really this came together quicker than I thought it would be. Of course, guys, I spent a lot of time in this thing. Like I said in the video, I spend anywhere from 8 to 10 to 17 hours a day in this thing. Every day, guys. There's not one day gone by I let this thing lay idle. There's something about it, this thing has hypnotized me. And it says, get me done, get me done, get me done. And I'm doing the best I can to get her done. Because I got a lot of stuff waiting in line around that needs to be done, and I need to start building. So Rome wasn't built in one day, and this stash of mine ain't going to be built in one day neither. And tomorrow I got a special treat for me and a special treat for you. When I get it, there's going to be a special shout out. And I could spill the beans right now, but I guess I will a little bit. Keep you guys interested and keep me going too. And Isabella, she's a very beautiful girl, guys. You know, I love this little girl. It's a pretty little Spanish galleon, you know. It's the first time I built a wooden kit of the Spanish galleon, and this is probably one of the oldest kits left idle for years. I had this since I had black hair. I'm very young. Now I'm old and aging, and my gray scales are getting grayer, and I'm very happy I got this thing almost done. So right now the real fun part's going to be the rigging. Okay guys, one of my viewers, and his name is Mr. Dave Rather, comes from Canada. A very nice gentleman he is. And it's a funny thing, fellas, about models. I sat there and pondered yesterday. My wife and I were talking about it yesterday. We sit there and talking and stuff. And I told her it's funny how a model can inspire somebody into doing something beyond building their own stash. Well, this right there has touched this man's heart, and he asked me if I ever had the Norsky Love before. And I said, yes, I had. I had it one time many years ago, and it got destroyed during one of my moves. I thought I had it on top of my TV set, and no, not my TV set, my stereo setup I have. I have an old Motorola stereo. It has a turntable on it and everything. It's old-fashioned. It's old school antique, you know. And I thought I had Norsky Love there, but I didn't. That was I had another that was a Thermopylae. That was on top of there. I thought that was Norsky Love. No, the Norsky Love I had before, it got destroyed. So therefore, I haven't built the Norsky Love since in over almost 45 something years, somewhere around there. And I remember it was a big ship. Well, anyway, this gentleman mentioned it, and so he sold it to me, and I bought it off this fine gentleman. And so Mr. Rather sent it out, and I shall get my Norsky Love tomorrow. And what I'll do, I'm going to make a special video of that kit and the history of it and how mine used to look like before it got wrecked, and make a nice good shout out for Mr. Rather. So Mr. Rather, if you watch this here video, your name has been mentioned, sir, and you are a very, very fine gentleman, and you really made me a very happy man. So I'm going to be very happy tomorrow. So I just stay happy all the time, guys, and these things make me happy. Okay, guys, I got the master all in. They haven't been glued in yet. I didn't even glue the foremast yet because I like to maneuver it as I rig and make sure it's all straight. So once it's straight, then I can go ahead and pop some glue down there like ACC. And that'll be it. Okay, guys, that's about as far as I got on her. And oh yeah, the cannons. You can see the cannons alongside there I've got done here. It took exactly 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. No more. 5 minutes. To have all these cannons installed. These 4 cannons. All you do is take a reamer, bore out your hole, and cut 2 vertical slits, 1 horizontal slit, and bingo, you got yourself a mousetrap hole looking gun port, which were quite favorable at that era. Okay, camera's back to me, and tell you what I'll be doing. Okay, guys, was on schedule to be a little while before I get back on the air picks. I'm too much involved on this, but I know one thing. By next week, I'm going to have Mr. Martin Lamit's. My first entry is going to be the Lindbergh 1/72 scale measurement 110 Hornet. It's going to be finally revealed next week at this time, and I'll have that done not only get started on my 148 scale, and before June gets here, I'll have that done. I'll have 2 builds done for Mr. Martin's buddy group build of the famous measurement 410 Hornet. The other models I got around here is going to hang on hold for a while till I finish up the Isabella. Then I'll probably get started on the Norsky Love next, because I promised Mr. Rather, Mr. Mather, that I would build the Norsky Love in his honor, and forgive selling me the kit. And so it's going to be a dedication build to this gentleman as soon as I get it. So what I'm going to do is I'll put Norsky Love, put it right over here till I finish this, get Isabella going, then I'll hop on the Norsky Love next. And till I get enough of the ships in me, I'll be able to back off and turn back to airplanes again. Okay, guys, that's all it's shaking right here. And for all you commenters out there, all you great fellows out there who viewed my videos and commented on them, a very much appreciation. And I'm very honored each one of you. I'm sorry I haven't got back with you on the flight. I've read them. I'm very honored, and I'll try to get back and answer you guys back, and I'll let you know that I'm still acknowledge you guys, you know, and it's not that I'm trying to shine you guys on. It's just the idea I'm too busy working on Isabella and working on the job and taking care of my wife and life in general. So when all those ingredients get in the way, you just can't do everything. But I will get back to you guys. I promise I will. Okay, guys, this is Frankie Day signing off. And oh yeah, before I sign off, that's about it. I can't think anymore. I thought I had a light bulb that kind of raised the top of my head a while ago. Anyway, it'll come back to me. Okay, guys, next video on Isabella is going to be, what is it, Wednesdays? Or, it'll be Thursday. This Thursday will be another video. It'll be the video number 12. And I should have a lot done with the I should have all the standing rigging done by then. Then I'll go ahead and start making the rat lines. Once they're all done, I'll hook up my yards, running rigging, and she's done. Get my Spanish sailors on there, get them all painted up, looking shit shape. Add my rope coils, stain the stand, varnish same, and should be all done. Oh yeah. Where in the devil is it? I had it in my hand here a while ago. Here it is. Here it is. Before I signed off, I knew I had something a while ago to tell you, but I forgot and it just came back to mind. Boy, being 77 is not good, guys. I got me some more of this Spar varnish by Ace. This is good stuff, varnish. That thing already behind me, Isabella already ate up one can of this of polyurethane. It's gone. It was gone, lickety split. It was done. Toast. This here, I like this stuff better. I look at that polyurethane I bought. It's water soluble. So no. I'm not going to use that on this. I'm using this. This one I wanted to use in the first place, but I had it underneath my buried my workbench. You couldn't find it, out of sight, out of mind, until you had to clean up the trash and the rubble, and you'd be able to find stuff like this. It's like Christmas, man. Santa Claus. Okay. That'd be it right there. That's it for me. And for Isabella. We'll catch you guys Thursday. Frankie Day signing off. God bless you guys. Make Mama happy. Please subscribe. Happy modeling. Model on. Build on. Frankie Day. See you this Thursday. Bye, boys.